there's a lot of there are a lot of ways that you can go about situations and handle situations, right? 100 this like lawyers don't leak stuff unless they're told to like the press and things like that. Um so 100% this was leaked. And it was leaked for the sole purpose of putting the pressure on Faze, for sure. I mean, dude. I'm gonna be real with you. This is very weird because I know Turner. I've known Turner for a long time. He's always been an incredibly talented player. You know, does he like his stream blew up because of the Friday Fortnite? Is it out of focus? I'll zoom it here. Let me like. Yikes. Okay. Good. All right. His stream blew up because of Faze, him being incredibly talented, and the Fortnite Friday, winning all the Fortnite Friday events. Those he got into those events because of Faze. And Banks, obviously, like literally what was just said, is so calculated, dude. Like all of this was, dude. This is so rare. You guys don't understand this. Look at every company, every organization ever. They're like to reach the level of like popularity that Tfue and I have reached. It's definitely because of Fortnite and the fact that Fortnite has this ceiling that doesn't exist, this glass ceiling. It's not there. But like no organization has picked up a player and turned them into a god. Like an internet, like 10 million subs on YouTube, insane viewers on Twitch daily. Like, so to me, it's almost like if I would like to think if I was in Turner's situation, I would be grateful. I should be grateful to FaZe. However, I still definitely think that there are some things that aren't being said. We don't have the actual legal contract in our hands. So we don't know if Turner is being, held back because of the contract. Because of the FaZe contract. I was literally in the same position in terms of my organization wanting to keep me. But once you reach a certain level, like an organization really doesn't do that much for you. However, when that organization kind of like basically helped build you up to where you were, that's just different. It's weird. It's different. So here, the people who are very good at video games and are going to sign with organizations, it's very important that you read the contract. Very important. You don't want to. I didn't read like 8 of my contracts that I signed when I was younger, all right? And like no one reads the contracts. It's like when you're like 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I was signing contracts and not reading them when I was like 23. It was the stupidest thing in the world, okay? Chap, yeah, listen, dude, you just don't read it, right? Listen, it is so important. You can hire a trash lawyer who is a lawyer, and he will know that the contracts that you're signing are usually wrong. Like, they 100% favor the organization because an organization is not like any organization, any team. They're not going to put themselves at risk for one person. Like, they're just not going to. And the whole purpose of an organization is to be able to build up this portfolio of players that they can use their Twitch numbers and their YouTube numbers and their Twitter followers and Instagram followers and all their exposure, build them up into one big portfolio, and then present their millions and millions and millions of impressions to these companies who will then give them money, and like that's the goal, right? So they're not going to be like, hey, you know what, we're going to let you be different, and sometimes they do. Here's what I do believe. I do believe that FaZe 100% tried to renegotiate with Turner and hopefully Cloaksy as well into having a more fair and amazing contract. But from what Banks, I think, is saying is that like it just wasn't really possible. Like clearly Turner wants out. And I get it because I wanted out of my contracts 99% of the time when I was signed with organizations. But like, there's a balance. There's a moment, right? There's a midway point where an organization can benefit you and it can't, right? And 90% of the time, it really can benefit you. Like, especially when you are up and coming, right? Any extra exposure you can get is a win, okay? This is another piece of advice. Please don't sign a contract that's longer than a year. I would say if you are going to sign with any organization, you have every right, and they really truly want you, you have leverage, okay? And a good friend of mine, Niles, once said, if you have the leverage, it's very important to learn when you have it and when you don't. If you have leverage, you want to lean until you feel a give. Like, you want to lean and see how much you can get, right? If you don't have leverage, you don't want to push it all because you're going to get snapped back and might not even get, a deal at all. But if you have leverage, you use it, and you can easily say to any company and any contract and whatever, and you can be like, look, I love you, TSM. I only want to be signed. I want to start off small. I want to do 6 months. And if you are Myth before you got signed, let's say this was Myth, right? Myth could have. He had the power. He had the numbers. He had everything. He had the clout to go to TSM and be like, look, I only want to sign a 6-month contract. And then we'll go from there. And then we'll renegotiate. Like, you don't have to sign the 2-year, 3-year contract that you're, like, usually it's 2-3 years. That's what you're usually signing. Myth probably did have a good contract. He might not have. I don't know. But again, you will save money having someone look over it. Like, you know what I mean? Even if you have to pay for someone to look over it, you'll save money rather than signing it and you have no idea what you just signed. One thing I've learned is even when I wasn't massive, I still had opportunities and deals that came to me that I had taken away from me because I was under an organization. So I do get that. However, again, man, with this whole Faze thing, like, dude, the clout you get from Faze, I don't think you guys understand. I really don't. Faze trick shotters, Faze YouTubers, dude, their YouTubes slap, their tweets, their impressions, they bang. If you have Banks, just look at Banks' Twitter, okay? And like, sometimes he'll go weeks without tweet something, and it'll get like 100,000 favorites, man. Like, he's got clout, dude. He's got that whole organization is nutty, okay? When you sign with them, like, dude, that 100% skyrocketed Turner. Like, Banks is king clout. He really is. There's so much clout when you sign with Faze. It's unbelievable. All right. So I feel for them both. I'm right in the middle. I love Banks. I think he's a great. He's got a good heart. I definitely feel like he did not know this was coming. I feel like Turner owes Faze. I feel like Faze, clearly messed up a couple of sponsors or opportunities that Turner had. But also, it's like, we don't know. We won't know. We won't know unless Turner tells us the specifics of how much money was offered, who the companies were, and why they were ruined, right? Unless that stuff comes out, we won't really know the facts. What you guys do need to understand is don't hate on Turner. Don't hate on Faze, because this literally shouldn't have even gotten out. I don't know, but I do believe it got out because Tfue or his crew wanted it to get out, so it started this so that he gets let go. That's the only thing that makes sense. If I was plotting to leave an organization, it wouldn't get out. It wouldn't get out. It would stay between the lawyers, and then the lawyers would send a letter, the letter to TSM or Luminosity or Cloud9 or whoever saying, hey, we're suing you guys. And I don't think Faze wanted it to get out, so it's not like Faze told, like, it. Most importantly, end game, no one deserves hate. And that's it. You guys can do more research and figure stuff out, but I don't think I would like to hear from Tfue, because he's the only person we haven't heard from. We've heard from the article, we've heard from Banks, we've heard from Keem, we've heard from Faze, but who we haven't heard from the specifics is Turner. So and if he has a lot, you know what I mean? Like, he's the only person who clearly has, you know, the facts of how was he betrayed, how has he lost money, how has he been screwed over, right? Like, so we'll figure it out. You know, I'm assuming if I know Tfue, I feel like I do. He'll come. I feel like he'll come. He'll come out with it. He won't let, and he should. It's unfortunate all the way around. This stuff deserves to be handled in private. It should not be public. But hey, man. But hey, it's Faze, baby, and we wouldn't have it any other way. We wouldn't have it any other way here on the internet, dude. This is how Faze does things, baby. Clout, internet, polls.